Friday afternoon at Firehook. Tony went to the Vijay Iyer concert last night at the Strathmore with Cameron and some other people. And so what do you think of it?
Well, I was very impressed. Very impressed. I've never heard of him.
You've never heard of him or his music?
Or his music, that's right. But minimalist style, very much like Steve Reich. I mean, that's the person you think when you listen to the music. So obviously there's a strong influence there. And at points, I think it's hard to believe that you're actually not listening to Steve Reich.
Oh, really?
You close your eyes and...
How did he open the show?
He opened the show with his imitations, 10 pieces.
10 pieces?
10 pieces. The first piece, entitled Air, was fantastic.
Was it solo or were there accompanying musicians?
No, he was accompanied by, it was a quartet.
Okay.
And DJ on the...
So drums, bass, piano, and horn?
Cello.
Cello. Oh, cello.
And the cello, I thought in the first piece, I'd be interested in what Cameron has to say, was excellent.
Yeah.
Really striking.
Yeah.
And then he followed that up with, obviously several additional pieces. He goes through this progression. So Air was a great opening. There's a piece called Chain, which I thought really was the...
highlight?
It was one of the highlights and very, I'd say very reminiscent of Reich. I mean, of all the pieces, I thought Chain was one that reminded me most of Steve Reich. Automata was, I believe, the fourth piece that we played, and that was quite striking. It almost had a Hitchcock feel to it. I mean, it could have been the soundtrack, I thought, to something like Birds or Psycho. I mean,
yeah.
That kind of, there's a lot of dissonance.
Right.
But it was well put together.
Yeah.
And then another piece I thought was interesting was a piece called Descent, which I believe was the second to the last piece that we played. And it was very frenetic. The quartet, I mean, everyone was very animated. At this point, DJ actually adopts I'd be interested to see if Cameron picked up on this one. I noticed that he sort of adopts a Keith Jarrett-like stance. I mean, he's kind of in a crouch, or something like a crouch. So,
was he humming?
No, he
Thank God for that. Good. Now, at a certain point in the show, I heard that then the second part of the show was a different kind of a thing, or did he abandon the four-piece and go to another format?
The second part of the show was basically his score to a movie, documentary, I guess, if you will, of the Holy, Rite of Holy, which is in India. And, so the documentary is quite colorful, animated. It's a festival, a celebration.
So he had maybe like a screen in the background with things, and then he played along with it?
Yeah, well, he did the score.
Right.
He composed the music to accompany the documentary.
Yeah.
And, so he simply, I think, what I understood was he simply, played, conducted an orchestra.
Yeah. How long was that piece?
That piece was about, I think about 45 minutes, 35 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
And,
I wonder if that's available on YouTube.
Well, I'm not sure, but you can rent the movie.
On Netflix or something.
Or buy
it on Amazon or something. Yeah.
Buy the music on iTunes or something like that, or Amazon. Right?
Was this about Holi in this country or Holi in India or
no,
where?
In India.
In India. Okay.
I think what I
because they celebrate in New York too. Indians
okay.
who get American Indians,
Well, it's a very colorful.
Yeah, I've done it once or twice.
Festival.
The colors.
And, you have the yellows, the reds, greens, pink,
orange.
And I take that, it's all turmeric or something like that. So you couple the cinematography and the vivid imagery with the music, and so the combination of it was quite compelling.
Was all this well received by the crowd?
Yeah. I mean, I would say after a couple of the pieces in Mutations in particular, maybe Chain, certainly the set, there were audible reactions at the conclusion of these pieces. I mean, people were quite overwhelmed by it. I mean, I certainly reacted that way at once. So I was very pleased. Went home, listened to a lot more of his music, and I'll be looking out for him again. I think he's coming 6th and I in January.
Where is he performing?
I think he's doing some sort of either he's giving a talk or he's doing some sort of duet or something.
I think he also teaches at Harvard, and I think he might be a nuclear physicist.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's not an old guy.
No,
he's
40s?
A young guy. Yeah, I would say mid 30s.
Mid 30s, yeah.
Maybe he's in his 40s. Maybe he uses some high quality skincare products. I don't know. He looks pretty young. He's also a
MacArthur Grant recipient, yeah. What was the makeup of the audience in terms of age and race and everything?
It's skewed older.
Older people?
Yeah, but I suspect that most people that have season tickets to the Strathmore will be older. But there were younger people. I mean,
Right.
Cameron, his brother, his friend Henry, quite young.
The rabbi was going to do his circumcision was there also.
I don't think we'll see him. If you're referring to the Georgetown rabbi.
No, not that one, but...
So it was a good time. I was pleased. You pointed it out, and Cameron got tickets.
It's fantastic. I think he might have gotten tickets before I even pointed it out.
What's that?
I think he may have gotten the tickets even before I sent him the little thing. He already knew about it.
Sure he was.
Yeah, he's up on these things. So is there any chance this gentleman might move Jarrett aside in your...
No,
that's not going to happen. Yet, anyway.
No.
Okay.
There was a female, I think first violin, Michi Wianko. I think I pronounced that right. She was fantastic.
In the Mutations?
In Mutations, yeah. And as I said, the cello pieces were very interesting. And then I thought in the second half of the performance, the composition to Rite of Holy, percussionist, Tyshawn Curry or something like that.
Yeah.
Spory, he impressed me. But I'm not a musician, so all I know is what I heard and what I liked about the performance. But I thought those 2 or 3 folks were noteworthy.
But overall, would you say you would categorize Vijay Iyer in the avant-garde category? Or no?
Sure. I mean, if Steve Reich and Phil Glass and Brian Eno and they're considered avant-garde, sure, you have to put them in there.
So he's not mainstream, and he didn't do any standards?
No, but I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Okay, good. So it was a good time.
Very good.
Okay, thank you.